Hi guys, so today we're reading the next artist of this book, Childe Hassam. Here's his portrait and here's how he's spelled. Let's start reading about him. He was born in October 17, 1859 in Massachusetts, died in August 27, 1935 in New York. Even at young age, Childe was an enthusiastic illustrator and watercolorist. He proved illustrations for magazines. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Childe Hassam. Many artists like to travel because it allows them to find inspiration and encounter new art forms while on the road. The young Childe Hassam traveled from America to Europe in 1883 and painted in Great Britain, Holland, Spain, and Italy. Wow, that's a lot of countries in that time. On returning home, he had a good number of beautiful paintings in his baggage, which enabled him to set up a large exhibition. But at the end of the 19th century, if you really wanted to know what was going on in the world of modern art, you had to go to Paris. This is where the most interesting art was to be found. The art was of the Impressionist. By the 1880s, Impressionism had become really famous. People were buying their works and artists were taking up their way of drawing and painting. Paris was the absolute center of the art world, even for artists from the United States. After seeing an exhibition in New York that included Impressionist pictures, Hassam thought to himself, "That's how I want to paint too." Whoa, that's an interesting idea that he had in his head. As a result, he traveled to Paris with his wife in 1886 and stayed there for a full 3 years. This is where he got really to know the art of Impressionists. Of course, he did not simply imitate them, but instead he developed a style all his own. In 1889, Childe returned to America. He decided to paint everyday life in his own country, which had growing and changing quickly. During the summer, Hassam mostly painted scenes in the countryside, and in winter he focused on the streets of New York and Boston. His images were just like those French Impressionists, but they were made on the other side of the Atlantic. Whoa. Wait, I forgot. Childe Hassam Church at the Old Limb, 1905, Albright Knox Art Gallery, Buffalo, New York. The church was built in 1816 and burned to the ground 2 years after Hassam painted this picture. It was rebuilt in 1908. So this is the picture, and I love it so much. Look at the painting, how he did it. It's so cool. Childe Hassam, The Avenue in the Rain, 1917, White House Collection, Washington. The painting Avenue in the Rain belongs to a collection of the White House in Washington, D.C., and it actually hangs in an Oval Office. So this is the picture I just now told you about, the rainy thing. And let's keep on reading the last page. Childe Hassam once said, "The man who will go down to pottery is the man who paints his own time and the sense of everyday life around him." Well, wouldn't you say that he successed perfectly? Hassam often painted pictures of showing bad weather. He attracted by the way that soaked street. The street could reflect the objects around it, just like a mirror. Why don't you try to paint a rain shower? That's a cool. Childe Hassam, Rainy Midnight, 1890, Museum of Fine Arts, Houston, Texas. If you stand up close, you can almost see blue and white brushstrokes. You can only recognize the coach from a certain distance. So I'm going to show you the picture. And it looks pretty cool. And if you can see the coach, can't see the coach, I'll show you. He's here. This is the coach. So this was our artist that we read about today. Tomorrow we're going to read about Paul Signac. He's from Paris, like other artists that we saw in the book. Hope you enjoyed. See you soon. Bye.